back.
I am as well.
I'm KJ.
I'm DJ. Jordan's kicked the table. I'm DJ.
We got a Bad Takes podcast, and we have a few guests with us today.
We go left to right? Ladies first?
I'm going to go with the people that they know first, and then I'm going to introduce.
Oh, you're right.
So, we got Jordan and Ty, who you may know from the Liddy City episode. Y'all know Marquita, our producer, director, editor. Wow. She really do everything.
Awesome. Shout out to Marquita.
Shout out to Marquita. Applause for Marquita.
Yeah, wow.
And introducing for the first time on the podcast, we have, ladies first, Daezhane.
Wow, Fields.
Yes.
Wow.
Then we have our brother to the right, Zachary. Yes. That's our roommate.
Alright, so we're going to do first of all, we're going to start out with a end of the year recap, and then we're going to go into the entire decade.
DJ thinks the year was kind of lackluster, so that's why we're doing both in this episode.
It was, bro. He's just kind of drawn out.
I feel you. I totally understand what you're saying. But because of that, we're going to do a year in, and then we're going to do a decade in. Because if you think about it, this decade been mad crazy. Like, we had our first black president, and then we had Cuz. All in the same time. All in the same time. Huh?
Black and orange president.
All in the same time. And an impeachment. All in this year. All in this decade. That's crazy.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. So,
where we starting?
We're going to do of the year first?
Yeah.
Since we did the anything is possible, let's start athletes. Athlete of the year, 2019.
That's like all sports.
All sports. It don't matter. Please remember, Tiger Woods won a grand. What's the jump called?
Grand Slam.
Masters.
Masters.
I
say Grand Slam.
Grand
Slam of golf.
Grand Slam. You swinging something.
It is a Masters.
You swinging something.
Serena Williams.
You're
She didn't
right.
win nothing this year.
Tiger did have a comeback. I was in Tiger's comeback play of the year. Because he fell off this decade. He did fall off.
Did he just fall on?
He did fall off.
Yes.
It's a good one.
But I would say, what did you say?
Simone Biles. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
She got it for me. Everything. You can't convince me otherwise.
Simone Biles. That is a good one.
Can't.
No. I mean, who else?
I mean, if we're talking athlete of just the year, a lot of sports stuff has said Kawhi Leonard.
Athlete?
Yes.
That's because they talk about basketball a lot. They
A
talk
lot
about
of
the big.
sports things
They
except
talk about
Kawhi
the big ticket sports stuff. Simone Biles wouldn't win that because gymnastics not a big ticket sport.
I mean, I'm just giving
Yeah.
another answer, brother.
I'm just saying.
That's it.
I can see why people would say Kawhi, though. He really did bring a championship to the city that, like, never, ever is going to win another one.
A country.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I
Country,
ain't
yeah,
gonna lie to you, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. You said he never gonna win another one, and he brought it. At first, I thought he brought it too until I saw him this year. Your boy balling this year without him.
Pascal's nice,
Like,
though. He's
balling.
Without the win wage.
They
Most improved.
balling without him, yo.
See, I think that's the most improved.
He is.
This is Kyle.
And they still
He still was
winning.
balling. Kyle just got back. Like, he was hurt too. He
They
just got
still
back.
winning without Pascal, though. So
Kyle only played like 2 games.
Kyle.
No, right now, Fred VanVleet team.
Joe Burrow.
I'll put it on it. Fred, what?
Bro, athlete of the year.
The
Athlete of the year, bro. That nigga Joey with the dimes. Joey bag of donuts. I don't even like this.
I'm gonna go with Ty. I'm gonna go with Ty. Lamar Jackson.
That nigga nice. That nigga's a walking sheep.
Big trust.
Big trust.
Football.
Lamar Jackson? He played for
The
Baltimore
Ravens.
Ravens. It's like
I
somebody
don't
created.
like the Ravens.
It's like somebody created.
I don't either, but he's amazing.
No, not bad for
You're a
running back.
Steelers fan?
Not bad for running
Not
back.
bad for running
That's a
back.
great team.
Yes. But
Relax.
I wasn't talking trash. I didn't see the whole game.
We both at home.
I didn't see the whole game.
Okay,
I was not talking trash at all.
Okay, let's see.
you.
Athlete of. I'm just really trying to think like. Who would
Athlete
be the top?
I'm trying.
Really, like-
But I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to think out of the top 3 sports. So basketball, football, baseball.
If we go basketball, it's Kawhi Leonard.
I'm not going. I'm going LeBron. Regardless.
LeBron.
No,
I LeBron for this year.
Giannis.
LeBron is
I'm going
insane.
Giannis. 2019. Giannis.
Oh, okay, you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's
The
like
barber?
Huh?
You like the barber?
The barber?
You like Van Fleet?
No, she's
No, Greek the Freak.
Oh, I'm about to say. Hey, Greek Freak though, yeah. Because he about to take over the league, in my opinion.
If we're going football, I'm going Lamar Jackson. If we're going baseball, I'm going Tim Anderson, which y'all probably don't even know who that is. But
I know Tim Anderson is.
Sorry, guys.
You only like him because he's black, though.
that's not why. He's actually good.
He's really good, but
Yes, he's really good.
But the second reason,
He caught my attention because he's black. That's what. He's black in the Chicago team. The only nigga on the team, I might add, is all of them white.
black how baseball is.
With a black wife, with black kids. So he caught my attention because of that. But then I started paying attention. I was like, oh, dude, really nice.
Well, he's nice as fuck. He gets like a lot of slack in the league because he celebrates.
He does.
He deserves to celebrate.
He celebrates like a nigga too. Like he be like flipping the bat and stuff.
They need.
I love it.
That's what they need.
I love it.
Like to get people to turn in. Well, not really, because white people really hate that shit for real.
That's good.
Zach, you like baseball? Or do you care about baseball enough to even like know like who these people are? I feel you. College player of the year?
College player of the year
Basketball.
in basketball.
Yeah, we can't count that yet though.
Because
I
like,
talking about
it's-
considering last year this year.
Zion.
so you're talking about Zion for sure. If you count last season, which technically was the bulk of college basketball,
Zion.
Is this career not kind of weird to y'all?
His career? He
Like-
don't got a
like
career
so
right now.
far.
He didn't play it.
That's what I'm saying. Like this, like I feel like his trajectory is like so weird. Like he really like
Ben Simmons.
came into 2019 dumb wild. Like you like looking at him like whoop whoop whoop. And bro really has like been like declining. ever
I
since.
called that though.
Like he was like hurt, and you gotta remember like he really didn't like finish college. Like,
Did we
he
not
was
call
hurt in
that?
college.
Yeah,
I called that in the group chat. I said he gonna get hurt because he way too much.
He was hurt in college though. That's what I'm saying. Like he, before that.
But like
I
I knew
about doing a basketball move.
I knew he was gonna
a
get hurt.
basketball move. His foot blew out.
I knew what that's a Michigan dude, isn't it?
Yeah, he is nice. He is nice, and he hooping.
Definitely played better than Zion in the whole tournament.
Yeah, Zion trash in tournament.
I don't think he played in the tournament.
He did play the
He played that one
Is that when he
game.
got injured?
Yeah. No, he didn't get injured in the tournament. He got injured in the regular season against UNC.
Came back
Yeah.
for the tournament?
Yes, he came back.
Came
to
back for the tournament.
Something happened at the beginning of the tournament game.
and a half. He
Better than
played like a
No.
game and a half.
Something happened at the beginning, like his tournament game. Something weird happened, but he played the entire game.
Yeah.
Something weird happened.
I
at
think
the
that was in
end.
the ACC tournament.
Mm.
Roger Federer.
What was that, golf? No, tennis?
That's a tennis dude. It's a tennis dude.
All right.
Did he
cool.
do good this year? He had a good year? Like
Reed
2019?
Sharapova. I don't know who that
He
is.
does always do, but I mean, I don't know if he did anything this year because Serena
Shout
did
out to
nothing.
sports we don't
Serena
do.
did nothing this year either.
Messi.
I feel like she definitely
Messi.
won.
Hey,
She didn't do nothing this year.
Shout out to Asian
Like
Wilson.
she did too.
Who? Serena?
Yeah.
Shout out to
Nah,
Asian
she
Wilson.
really didn't do nothing. She lost. What's that little Asian girl named?
The little 19-year-old
like
girl.
Sasowski or something.
Yeah.
What's a young rapper?
Then it was a younger girl too, like a younger than her. That was
Yeah, a little black girl.
dark
from
skinned
Compton.
girl.
Yeah. But now the little Asian one that date. What's that boy's name, bro? What's the boy's name? YNBA Corday girlfriend.
YBN?
Oh,
YNBA Corday.
NBA.
he said why NBA?
That's what I said. YBN?
Why the NBA? I don't know. Why not the
Yeah,
NFL?
his girlfriend. She dumb nice.
Corday.
So like, what's the best sports team that y'all would say?
Of the year? Like, are we talking teams?
What team
Are
sticks
we
out the
talking
most?
teams?
Yeah,
I'm
teams.
talking teams.
Yeah, what team sticks out the most?
Sticks out the most?
Hell no.
The what?
What'd you say?
I'm a Steelers fan, but we was literally ruthless this year.
The
Y'all
Ravens.
trash.
The Ravens sticks out the most.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to say it, but like, yeah.
Yes.
As a team,
As a team, the
them
Ravens.
niggas charged
They got
up.
the most Pro Bowlers
Them
in for one
niggas
team
charged
ever.
up.
Yeah, they do got like a
They
lot.
have the
All
most Pro
niggas
Bowlers
leave.
on the team ever.
Yo, they charged up like mid-season and was like, we not losing no more. And didn't lose no more.
The Ravens.
Yeah.
Straight acting like hood rats.
Yeah,
on
and
the
I
football
love it. And I
field.
love it.
Even the white boys acting like hood
I
rats.
love it.
That's the old
That boy Justin Tucker's on that jump
That's
today,
what he
like,
Yeah, come on. Like the Ravens, yo, they giving us the culture. That's exactly what we need. Big trust.
Elena Deladon. Washington Mystics. Yeah, squad.
these are female basketball teams. People who don't know.
Won the WNBA.
For people who don't know.
They won the championship.
Yeah.
Where they at?
Washington.
Atlanta nice though. Atlanta
Shouts out to Ace.
Like
Should've been
DC,
there.
like DC, not the state.
Man, shout out to Asian. Oh, I said
Yeah.
that.
Like DC, not the state, bro.
Yeah, they don't be good at basketball.
Didn't the hockey team win too?
I don't know. Zach.
Capitals.
The Capitals not
He
win?
watch hockey.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked him.
Yeah.
Because the Nationals won this year. I remember
Yeah, it was
DC.
every
DC
sport.
had a
Yeah,
good
it was
season.
DC did have a very
And
good
then-
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold up. It was because the Redskins didn't win either.
No, I knew it wasn't. We're not talking about them.
Football.
We were talking about
The Redskins are never gonna win.
All the Washington major sports won except for in the NFL and the NBA.
basketball, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on. So I think that covers it enough for sports. I want to get the ladies involved. So, album of the year, artist of the year.
I say some. No, I mean I like some.
You say
of
album
the-
or artist?
album of the year.
Album of the
For
year.
album?
And we can talk about rap, R&B,
You got Summer Walker
country.
for album or
Artist.
or artist.
I would say artist.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I would argue your point of artist of the year only because she dropped the EP and the album this year.
Is she really?
What was
I haven't even heard the EP, so.
Yes, you did.
Right, I didn't know.
Summer.
Girls Need Love was on the EP.
Girls Need Love is the EP.
Oh, it's all of them remixes of it.
It was it was literally like Girls Need Love,
Riot.
Riot,
It's blue.
yeah, the cover is her blues.
I think it's called Girls Need Love.
I only listen to her.
I thought it was like all the remixes of it.
No,
See, this
there's only one remix for her and Drake.
Now listen to something I listen to.
Last Days of Summer, BP,
Oh yeah.
Girls Need Love, CPR, all that stuff was on it. She dropped the EP and the album this year.
I mean, I was available on your phone the entire time. That is also free and available. If you need to look up an answer,
Right.
this is not a
What?
So you're
test.
saying she's artist of the year because of.
No.
I would argue your point artist of the year.
I'm going with
Album of the
Jackson.
year, I would be like, eh. But if you said artist of the year, I would be like, okay, cool, because both of those projects were quality.
Are you basing artist of the year based off their music or like their influence and like how much they're talking
I was
about?
basing
If
on
we
music.
talking-
I'm not talking influence.
talking-
If we talk,
You can't talk
artist of the year, I'll go with the
I'm
baby.
gonna say
I'm not talking artist of the year, I'll go with the
Yeah,
baby.
that's what I'm saying. 'Cause you talk about stuff like that, you have to talk about like people like the baby.
Right.
Artist of the
So
year.
y'all take the baby and Summer Walker. Y'all talking about like this.
I'm just saying artist.
Captivated, the
I'm talking about like most talking about like crazy all
Yes,
that shit.
that's the
Baby.
most hype.
black
Done the most.
culture and
Absolutely.
internet.
Culture is black
Absolutely.
culture.
That's
That's
culture.
influence.
That's
Absolutely.
influence. That's
That
influence.
is
Now we
influence.
now we talking about a completely different thing.
But my artist and album would definitely be Tyler and Igor.
Igor's album of the
Without
year.
a doubt.
That's my vote.
And
That's
that's
my
tough
LB.
because Cole's album is phenomenal.
Which one?
Revenge of Dreams.
No.
KOD didn't come out this year.
That was 18?
That's
Yeah,
what
that was
I'm
18.
saying.
That was 18.
Revenge of the
That's why I said.
But no, Revenge of the Dream is definitely would be my album of the year. If I'm talking like just straight up
We
albums,
talking.
Revenge of the Dreamers I can literally play front to back,
It's up there.
not skip
Still
nothing,
going thugger.
Still going Igor.
not skip
Igor is
nothing.
definitely album of the year.
So much fun.
Album,
Still going thugger.
album of the year is album of the year. Rap album of the year, it might be
So much
Revenge
fun.
of the Dreamers.
So much fun.
And he
y'all.
dropped 4 more songs. Like, come on, bro.
Dog,
None of those
so
songs
much
are fire.
fun is
None of those songs are
hard.
good.
No, all those last four is trash.
They all were ass.
If you
Y'all kind of wild.
if you talking
It didn't make the album. It was released.
last four
I
is
get, you
trash.
guys, somebody gotta realize why some
It was
things didn't
really
make album.
good.
It didn't
hard.
It didn't make album for a reason.
But I'm gonna agree with Marquita with the Summer Walker for album of the year because I can listen to that whole album.
Y'all haters though.
I used to-
Right.
I can listen to that whole
It's
album.
too long.
I used to
No,
sleep to
bro,
that.
that joke is great.
How many songs does it have?
I would play that
17?
shit to go to
I'm
sleep.
gonna be real.
12.
Like,
15,
no cap.
12.
no more than 15.
It needs to have
No
12.
cap.
I feel like how
Summer
y'all
Walker
feel
was in her
about
bag the whole album,
15.
dog. The whole
I
album.
loved it.
Tyler.
The whole album.
What do you think there?
For the year, yes. For like my favorite album, it would be J. Cole's For the Eyes on Me.
That's for the decade.
That's the decade. Oh.
That's real controversial.
That's not even his best album.
Even J. Cole's best album.
Every
love it.
like it's personal.
It's personal.
Yeah, every
that's
album.
what
That's a very rapper.
Okay, it's personal. I get that. I get
Okay, that's a
that.
very rapper though.
It's
I
personal.
ain't gonna lie. I heard the album. When Kitty tweeted that shit ass cheeks, I said, retweet. Don't you like, quote tweet.
No, but people sleep on that album. I thought it was
Trash.
really
It's not trash. It's not trash at
People
all.
sleep on that album. I thought it was really good. But it's not his best album of the decade.
But I didn't like that.
No. I see it's
Scoring
personal, so I'm not
album.
gonna argue.
Yeah.
But for me, no.
You're trash. You're trash. Views came out.
If we going in, since we're going in the decade, Vaughn is my number one. I don't care.
Blonde?
Yes.
Yo, you know, okay, wait.
Blonde by Franco is my
KJ just
number
brought up
one.
a really good point. I didn't even think about it. I didn't see nobody else mention. All of Drake's entire
All
discography
of Drake
came out
is
in the
this
last 2
decade.
years.
All of
His
Drake.
entire decade. His
All
I
of
said he was artist of the
All of
decade.
Drake.
no, but like but none of his albums, none of his albums are on top 5 list at all. Like, none of them.
Everything
Not top
except
10,
for So
they're not
Far
top
Gone
20.
and Thank Me Later.
Views is
Later.
amazing.
All came out.
I love you.
Not a-
I love you.
Do you think Drake is more of an artist than Beyonce?
The
I mean,
decade.
Yes. For us,
Drake?
yes.
Drake?
For y'all, enjoy.
Everybody. Drake made songs for girls.
He said it himself. He said it himself.
Different aspects of Drake.
Time out. Ty said he don't listen to Beyonce.
I do, but I'm not just gonna like get on my phone and be like, I'm
Ty,
sorry.
Why is that? Why is that?
I'm with
Why is that? Why is that?
No, that's how you do that.
I'm not just getting on my phone and playing If I'm like with my girls,
I'm gonna be hurt when I'm
Why you gotta be with your girls?
because that's something she would like.
Y'all didn't talk
But
to
that's his
masculinity.
preference.
I'm not talking
That's
masculinity.
either, bro.
DJ, we can't yell at people for their preferences.
I'm not playing
I'm
that.
not.
I'm just saying that's what
I need to know
about.
why. What I'm saying, I need to know why.
No, I agree with Ty.
You can't just make a statement.
Beyonce not my swing.
I'm
You think she overrated?
None of Justin Bieber
I
ever
like
was
her.
my swing.
I like her music. I'm not just gonna do that. I'm playing her music right now.
Why?
I just can't vibe to it like on the
You don't
radio.
like Chris Brown? Come on,
Listen to Chris Brown.
I don't like Chris Brown either.
I like
New Chris Brown.
I like his old music
See?
now.
I don't care for this year.
City Girls not my swing.
Look at these
Cardi B not my
I can't
swing.
play Cardi B
Beyonce
randomly.
not my swing.
I mean, that one album
But
she had.
Cardi B?
Greasy?
That's pretty good.
Hey,
I'm like,
Hold on. Order in the court. Okay.
No.
Album of the decade is Blonde.
Yes.
Album of the decade
Eyes
is
Only.
For Your Eyes Only. You don't have this yet, do you?
I feel like mine is a reach.
Your shit about to be retarded.
Who has this ready right now?
Like music, like
I know it's not
Lil
a-
Jon.
I'm about to say Dirty
Anything, if you
Genre.
anything, it don't matter. You can pull out that from Chris Stapleton. It don't matter.
Marquita?
For
Anything.
me, right now, it would be Beyonce 4.
4.
Yeah.
When did that come out?
2011.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go.
That's with 1 + 1 on there. That's not hard.
It's
I'm
like-
not
Four is
gonna
good.
lie.
4 is good.
I'm gonna- Is Countdown on that too?
Channel
And
Orange.
whichever one had Surfboard.
Hold up. I got it.
You mean?
That's Beyonce.
Surfboard.
So Channel Orange would be what I would submit, right?
Submit.
However,
No, once it's submitted, that's the answer.
however,
It's submitted,
no,
brother.
the
It's submitted.
story behind everything, like with Endless
And
into the
Blonde.
release of Blonde,
That
is
is
so beautiful because of like how it works with the
Countdown is on.
contract and Def Jam and all of that.
Oh, trust me, I know my Beyonce better.
And he released Endless, got out of the contract, sold Blonde to Apple, and made 100% of that. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for that reason, like that same 24-hour time span ish, from Endless and Blonde,
So you'll put Blonde / Endless.
yeah.
We got 2.
Okay.
We got 2.
And Ty.
I'm going good kid, Mad City, Kendrick Lamar.
It's not a bad one. You said
That's
it's
not
not
a bad one.
I thought you were going to say something.
I thought Ty was about to be like,
Yeah, I thought you were going to be like Monster.
That was a vibe.
I thought he was going to be like Monster
I'm
or
telling
Beast
you.
Mode.
I just knew he was about to say Dirty Strike 2. I was like,
He said Beast Mode.
First of all, Dirty Strike 2 is not a bad answer.
No, Dirty Strike 2 is a great answer.
That's a great coming to college. Dirty Strike 2 might have been my
Hey,
answer. That shit was bad.
When Drake and Future got that shit,
What?
I'm sophomore year.
Hey, what a time to be alive, though.
Oh my god, that shit.
What you got, KJ? Hold on, wait.
What
You already
you-
answered?
Yeah.
For, you said...
For your eyes
Eyes
only.
only.
We got 2 bronze.
We got 2 blondes and then we got
He said
Good Kid, Mad City. What you got?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Okay.
It influenced all his albums you named. So,
Okay.
Kanye West.
Kanye.
It literally influenced every album you named.
Did it?
Yeah. As far as release wise,
Debatable.
it is debatable. And I like a good debate.
Debatable.
KJ, yours?
Niggas about to win with Blonde. Fuck. Don't do it. Don't do
I
it.
ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna pick Blonde only because I like Channel Orange better than Blonde. So I'm going to go real personal and talk about one that was like near and dear to my heart. Personally. Near and dear to my heart might be Control.
SZA. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Might be Control
That's a good one.
for the decade.
I'm not opposed to that answer.
Oh, no.
Not buying that vinyl.
Nah, Born Center. Yeah, Born Center.
So
That's a great
2012.
Born Center.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
2012.
J. Cole.
J. Cole.
He dropped this.
That's the album I put him on.
That's easy.
In my opinion.
Can we just do the 5 years and the 5 years?
5 years and 5 years. We can do that. We break it down if you want to.
I
No. The reason I say that though is because
It'll still be
I actually was gonna ask y'all. Do you feel like we're way too hard on modern day artists? Because like you know what I'm saying, I really can't remember. Like I'm sitting here thinking about it, but like I can't name any albums. I can name like these albums like that came out like 2 years ago.
I don't think we're hard enough.
Really.
I don't think we're hard enough on modern day people.
Yeah.
I feel like
as far as
I feel like our
music.
I feel like our attention span is too
That's
short.
That's why people didn't like Scorpion. That's why I mentioned earlier. Scorpion is too long of an album. Like people don't have the attention span to give that to Drake.
No, I think a lot of albums are too long now.
I feel like the music
In that
now-
same conversation we just had
People
about
get on
testing.
Kanye, they too short.
Drake probably the only Scorpion probably the
Like, all
only
the good
time
music
where
albums.
that worked for me, where somebody had a bunch of songs on it.
Me and
That's
Zach-
probably the only time that worked.
Me and Zach literally talked about the other day with like Testing by A$AP Rocky. That's not a bad album at all. But
Testing
people
is actually a really good
people
album.
That's that
lit-
last one.
Yeah. People didn't like it because it came out at a bad time for them, and then it just like went away. And so the only thing to say about it is this is a bad album because I didn't listen to it fully.
Like people that listen to ASAP or keep up with ASAP didn't really listen to that album.
Because at the same time Pusha T had dropped, and then they had the whole little beef with him and Drake. So people really forgot the album existed. The album's not bad at all. Literally all I see online is this album sucks, this album sucks. Nigga, it literally has like 12 straight songs like
Nah.
Heat.
A lot of
It's
people.
literally
I ain't gonna lie
12
to you. I
songs.
ain't gonna lie to you. I blame him though.
And Frank's on that album.
Yeah.
Do you want him to not drop this album?
No, he should have dropped it at a better time.
Yeah.
Nigga,
It's all about time.
Okay, wait.
you could have waited till it died down. In this generation, you know it's gonna die sometime soon.
He dropped it the same
bro, I ain't
day
gonna lie
as
to
Pusha
you.
T.
I ain't gonna lie to
Drake is
you.
literally
I
just
was
an asshole
mad.
speaking on his
I
beat.
was mad. He really is. I don't know why.
ASAP was still been
And
holding
this
that.
nigga is still upset with Pusha T. Anyway, I was mad that Roddy Ricch didn't drop his album in time for it to be considered in the Grammys, but he really dropped it at the best time possible. Because ain't nobody playing no music right now.
Who?
Roddy Ricch, he dropped his album at the best time. Nobody is dropping music right now.
Yeah, nobody drops a fourth quarter.
So like,
This used to be an album used to come out.
consistently, niggas is listening to his album until the end of the year.
Yeah.
Until the end of the year, cause like, what else you got to listen to?
But
What's the worst album of the year?
I think that's what I'm saying.
DJ
The worst album of the year.
Stupid.
DJ
I
Khaled.
don't know because I haven't
That's
listened to it.
trash.
Literally had every
I
hot
don't know
artist on
because I
there and
haven't
it was still
listened to
one.
I don't think I haven't heard the whole
I feel
thing.
like music now doesn't stick anymore, bro. So
That's what I'm saying. That's my entire point.
Like, I feel like
But, like,
10 years from now, bro.
That's
10
too
years from
hard
now,
to say
we're not
what's the
playing
worst
anything.
album because you gotta listen to
I
everything.
just think y'all not listening to the people that's sticking.
The reason that I feel like Roddy Ricch released the album at a bad time, to go off what Kid just said, is because last year we said the same thing about, oh my god, 21 Savage just released an amazing album. How many times you talk about 21 Savage album this year? Because it dropped so late in the year. It dropped in 2018. Like the same time Roddy Ricch album did.
Which album was this?
I Am, I Was amazing.
That was fire.
And we don't talk about that shit at all.
That joint was
It
hard.
did not win. It was outside of the award cycle. We don't talk about it all anymore. The Roddy Ricch album by
We
July.
don't
we're
talk
not gonna
about it at all because nobody talks about albums anymore. We literally had a debate
But do we
earlier
really care about awards,
about
though?
R&B,
Yes.
and then
Milan tested
you got
that.
mad because
Frank
they
ain't submitted for
they
nothing.
didn't do that on
What?
because somebody didn't say control. So like literally, like I'm saying, like now we just have
Alright, I quit.
we have short attention spans.
That's why Blonde wasn't recognized at any award shows.
It wasn't. Wait, what happened?
He wasn't recognized for nothing. Blonde wasn't. That's
He didn't submit it.
Why
He
wasn't
didn't
he?
submit it, Jordan. What are you talking
I
about?
ain't hear that part. I ain't hear that part. Don't yell at me.
Yo,
Don't yell at
what?
me. Don't do that.
What?
Artist Drew not good.
What is up with y'all niggas, yo?
Harry Styles' album is pretty good.
Alright.
That's one
Did the
thing.
full thing
Alright.
release?
Artists.
Alright.
Did the full thing release?
I didn't know.
Alright.
For
what?
Well,
Hold on.
Oh, we gotta say artists that
I thought it was just
Hold
something
on.
like.
Hey, you still not with One Direction?
I got the whole thing.
They all broke
I
up.
feel like that's Drake
Oh
automatically.
my god.
What?
Artists
The
that
only one I knew
Artists of the decade for
was Zayn.
rap or just in general?
in general.
He dropped the album like 2-3 years ago. That joint was so hard,
Zayn,
man.
I did like that.
I'm gonna go artist.
That's the name, right?
Artist of the decade.
Dark Horse.
That's
Artist
Dark
of the
Horse.
decade.
That's
I'm
Dark
gonna do a
Horse.
Dark Horse too though.
That's
That's
some
like
Dark
not
Horse.
popular when I do mine.
Okay, go ahead.
Artist of the decade.
You saying Dark Horse one?
Man, listen.
You
That's
can say your number one,
I
you can say
really-
your dark horse.
I really
I
don't
think you're
want
just
to
saying it
do.
because you feel like you
I
have
really
to.
don't want to do Artist of the decade because that's a little too easy.
You don't listen to.
But we just, that's why I
Beyonce
said dark
shit.
horse. Why not do
Who
dark
you
horse?
giving it to?
Drake.
Drake for
You
sure.
can't give it to nobody but Drake. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a sleeper.
I love everyone, but you can't. Yeah, Dark Horse is a sleeper.
This
I love-
decade was crazy though. You talk about 2000.
Brother, I love everyone, but you can't give it to nobody but Drake.
You talk about practice?
You literally can't.
That's a good song.
I'm really trying to think of
You
like
really
somebody.
can't. That's why I led with like you gotta talk about like
I say dark horse.
honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Not Dark Horses, honorable mentions.
I'm saying, so I said I'll do a top 5 of artists that I would.
Oh, let's come back to that. Let's do top 3 dances.
Top 3 dances.
Top 3 dances of the decade.
That's hard.
Top. I got my three.
I don't even remember.
Number three.
I don't even remember that decade.
Number 3, jerking. Number 2, jerking. Number 1, jerking.
That's his decade?
Yes.
That's 2010?
The Dougie and Cat Daddy. That was like all of
The
Dougie and Cat Daddy is up there.
Jerking was a whole lifestyle.
It was.
Yeah.
Literally a
People still
lifestyle.
Dougie to this
It
day.
wasn't. Jerking wasn't a dance, bro. It was a
Definitely
lifestyle.
top 3.
It was a lifestyle.
Jerkin was like goth. You know, like goth. Like
Like
when you
you-
first saw goth, you knew that was goth. When you saw jerkin,
Jerkin
you
was
knew,
lifestyle.
you knew that it was dressing.
You knew niggas was
You knew the
jerkers.
footwear.
It was an entire lifestyle.
It was
bro.
a
Like,
lifestyle.
we lived by it.
Videos.
Like Ranger jerks with channels.
Honestly, nobody was wearing skinny jeans before jerks.
Oh God.
I was.
Not everybody wears skinny jeans.
I was automatic
For
jerk.
guys.
I mean,
Girls are jerks too, KJ.
you right.
Jerk.
But what I'm saying is, girls always wear skinny jeans.
I like Cat Daddy, bro.
Cat
I like
Daddy's
Cat
good.
Daddy.
The
more than-
Dougie is up.
Cat Daddy's good.
We talking about other decade though?
Yeah.
I'm not putting that in the top.
It's not
top 3. It's top
Cat Daddy
3.
not top 3 for you?
The decade.
Dougie, you got Dougie higher.
The Dougie
don't count.
The Dougie not
Soulja Boy?
older than that.
The Dougie came out with Dougie Fresh in like the 80s.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, you gotta bubble that one. Bubble. That Dougie's the first enough. Niggas still Dougie to this day. No good.
That's what I'm saying, Dougie.
But that's
Niggas electric slide to the day too.
my
We not
dad
gonna
can
count that
Dougie
into the
Jordan.
daggone
When he
decade.
came out, he was cool. We thought he was cool.
Bro, F all that.
Again, you can do some honorable mentions.
Yeah.
The Dougie would be in there.
Yeah.
Cat Daddy, that's a reach.
The Dougie don't count.
Cat Daddy was.
It can be top 10.
Cat Daddy is the perfect like connecting dance. You know what I'm saying? Like you can jerk. Cat Daddy and Dougie, bro.
Into the jerk. I feel you.
Right, like
Daezhane.
it's connected.
I'm thinking.
You a dancer too, so you know.
Whoa.
What a stanky lady.
Whoa.
I like
19 now, maybe.
Whoa. Whoa.
I like the mob.
That nigga's wildin', bro.
What?
The mop is hard, bro.
Oh, okay.
That jump hard,
I
bro.
really feel like they just stole that from like older people.
Definitely.
Oh, like what you call it?
No, I've definitely seen my grandmother do it.
You know what I'm saying?
My
But they
grandmother
just
done
made it a
that.
mock.
Like, no cap. She did it yesterday. We went to the
Bruh,
club.
Nene. Bruh, the
What was
Nene.
it?
I like that. Which one was this one?
Beef it up. Beef it up. That beef it up was hard, Joe.
Bro, Jonathan X. You remember X?
I
Is
know.
that-
Hey, y'all boys could play
I thought it was the Chelsea
DJ,
thing.
the Jar Wall, bro.
That's the
That's
Dougie.
the Dougie,
That's the
though.
Dougie though.
That's the
That's the Dougie though. You buzzing. He's doing it wild Dougie.
Dougie.
Nah, but this one right here though?
He's doing it wild
Nah, bro, you
Dougie.
gotta give it 2012.
Game time is your favorite dance. You know what? It was literally about a John Wall. Dougie.
That's not
Them little white kids gonna get killed. They need to
That's
stop.
not a
Them
decade.
little white kids gonna get killed. They need to stop.
Hey, bro, the shoot was a hard one, dog.
The Shoot?
And the shoot is also gang affiliated.
Yes, definitely. For sure.
But niggas not gonna get
You
killed.
don't like
That's
the
like
shoes?
local.
How the shoe go again?
What? The shoot?
Oh, that shit. I forgot about that.
Huh? It's a Memphis gang thing. It's a Memphis thing.
It's a Memphis Crip. It's a Memphis Crip.
I'm gonna say it's a
You're
Memphis
not
gang.
supposed to know that. That's the point.
And I know
You're
that.
not supposed to
That
know
new
that.
shit kind of smooth.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it's called though.
I don't know what that shit called. That shit
Don't they
hard.
say it in the song?
Hood baby.
Don't they say it in the song? It's like
Shit. I'm going.
they say it in the song. It's like front, back, shit, or front,
No, they
back.
said hood
No, but they
baby.
say it in the song
It's still be
too,
the end
though.
of the decade. That's
The same front back. That's the
Yeah, but he's saying what's it called?
Shit came
I'm
out.
telling you.
I don't think that's what it's called.
Is
Simmer
yes
down.
that what it is?
But it's a simmer down.
Yeah,
We talking about the red nose?
yeah, right now.
Hey, that got a lot of niggas broke on
Hey girl, put your number on.
That day is long, bro. You just gotta go to the phone like that. I wasn't doing that. I had to wait till after.
She put the number in. She put the number in.
On the waist.
Yeah, I gotta be smooth around.
Put the number back. That red nose was a good one, bro.
Alright, so it's okay. We're top 3 is jerking, just jerking.
Jerk.
Alright, Ty, what you got?
I'm gonna say Dougie, Cat Daddy, and
After we done said the Dougie don't count.
that counts to me, bro. It counts to me.
Don't count, bro.
That nigga sound
It don't count.
Okay, what y'all say?
It don't count. That's a dance from the 80s.
And then whatever this shit called.
Big shit. Oh,
I would also like to go with Bop. The little.
Ooh. Oh, this is definitely not. This is the rip.
What about
This is me. Yeah, this is. I'll do this shit too much. I'll do this shit too much. Freshman year, a college, I'll do it.
Niggas really do that while driving. Like, that's the thing. Niggas do that while they're driving. Like, hey, hold up.
You gotta say Billy Bob.
Like, for real. Ooh, Billy Bob.
Millie Rocky. Oh no, top two is hot too. Millie Rocky came out in 7th grade. We were at 2010, bro. Yeah, so.
Yeah, 2010 is like probably the best year of the decade.
Yeah, no, I really.
2010 was fire.
What?
Yeah, I think
Yo, that's
back.
crazy. The Millie Rock show did come out. I did not put that in there.
It's
I
nasty.
go Millie Rock. I go to Millie Rock at 2, so it'll be Jerk, Millie Rock, Jerk.
Top 2 it is too.
He's in there. I don't care.
But the Billy Bob though for Zach, like that, he really don't want to get
Billy
him
Bob is
now.
hard.
I can't do it. My knees don't work.
Oh, the Billy Bounce?
Yeah, Billy Bounce.
I did a little too much pin dropping for the Billy Bounce.
Pin drop is his own sport. I'm putting pin drop at 3. Because only the real good pin drops.
You wildin'.
Yo.
Let's tell the truth. Come on.
You wildin'.
I'm still trying to think of some more.
I'm trying to think of dances we had in high school.
What Cam Newton be doing?
Look, all we had was dab.
I like all my dances with Cam Newton and
I can pin
Drop.
drop now.
This 5-star.
Alright, go ahead. Do it right now.
I can.
In front of the
That
camera.
niggas forgot I was a gazelle. I can pin drop
Alright,
right
do
now.
it. We got
We should do a cutaway clip for real. This is not gonna end well.
It's not to catch the whole thing. You should do a cutaway clip.
We just want to see it. We just want to see it. I'm gonna tell him if you mess up.
Hey, you gotta record him Cardi. Oh, Cardi B. So you do put Cardi B on this? You love my Cardi B.
I like her album.
Alright.
Are you good?
I'm good, brother. You know, Gazelle.
We ready?
Hold up.
Wait, what are you?
He did in fact pin drop.
Play with me.
Yeah, you stretch.
Hey, as soon as the camera go off, he gonna get ice. Don't worry about it.
Probably. But what did you have?
I think we
Well, I
have.
just
you
said
go
beef
3?
it up. I can do 3.
She said beef it up, bro.
So just beef it up.
Beef it up. What else we said?
Nene, Whip,
Nothing.
Millie Rock.
Oh,
Stop
Millie
saying
Rock.
Dougie.
Stinky leg.
And South Dallas.
I don't think
Swag.
Ooh, that's South Dallas swag. Ooh. What you got, Jordan? Did you give your 3 yet?
Soldier Boy.
I said
That wasn't this decade.
that was not the
That's why I said I
But it might have. Wait,
That's why
was
I
it
said
not though?
Dougie.
That was like
Birdwalk?
It was like 2008.
I said Dougie.
2007.
Let me have that. Jerk is up
We might
there.
really get Birdwalk.
And I was
because me knowing like Soldier Boy was 2008, that's what made me think.
I think
Jerk
Woe
was
should be
that
up there as
same
well.
time. You gotta look that up.
You said what?
I feel like
Bro, I was jerking in 7th grade, so I know.
Look it
I think the Woe should be up there as well.
If Jerkin's not in there, it's gonna be making this very tough.
Oh, Google when
'Cause it
Jerkin
could be in
came
the
out.
it could be in the beginning or second.
Google when
grade.
Jerkin came
That's what
out.
I'm saying. Like, yo,
It is 2009, bro.
That's his decade.
No, it's
No, it's
not.
not. That's just 10 years ago.
What is the deal? What is today's date?
2010 to
What is
2000.
today's date?
What
Technically,
is the date?
What is today's date?
I think we was doing 2010 to
What is today's
Kennard.
date?
Kennard. The decade started in 2010. The 2010s
That's 9
decade.
years.
The
Take it back.
2010s decade.
That's
Take it back.
started in the
9 years.
How you gonna say the 2010s? Was it
That's
called the Roaring 20s in 2019?
years.
No,
That's
or
9
1919?
years.
No.
That's
It started
9
at
years.
20.
That's
Which
9
means
years.
From 20
Jordan type.
29.
That's
2009.
That's
2019.
So
No.
that means next year does not count in next decade.
Yes, it
No,
does.
it doesn't.
It does.
No, it wouldn't.
That makes zero sense.
It wouldn't.
Zero sense.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't.
Guess what?
Because it'll be
2020.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh,
I love it. He's wrong. I love it.
I'll give y'all that. I'll give y'all that. I'll give y'all that. I was wrong.
I love when he's wrong.
Yo, I got this niggas too. That's what I tell. I said, he's about to get it. He's about to get it.
we was there. I don't know how to count that. Probably why y'all don't listen to Beyonce.
Ain't right.
Can't count.
Countdown.
Oh, man.
You know, let's move on because we're not going to do it.
Right, you're on it for a
We're
while.
not going to do it. Oh, dang. That means we can't count it.
We sure can.
Jerk is not in there, so that's got to be a top 3.
I don't got no Dougie.
Really bad.
He's out Millie Rockhead and Millie Rockhead.
Millie rockin'.
In this.
I put Nene in it.
I'm on Millie Rock. I put Nene. I go Millie Rock, Nene drop.
What is this?
That's
drop.
I like that.
I go Millie Rock, Nene drop. I like
I feel
that.
like that's damn near the same thing as the Nene. though.
Hey,
And it's the same thing as a whip. But
It's all the same thing.
it's all the
Same family. Same family. Come on now.
And they in the same song. The fuck?
Watch me whip.
Mommy, Nene.
Do got like its own
It's
song.
all the same song.
Drop.
Drop was its own song. That's why I like.
Whoa.
Sexy dance.
The D-Lo Shuffle.
Biker shuffle.
The D-Lo Shuffle.
Can you perform it for us?
Oh no, that jump way too long. I'm already sweating.
1, 2, 3, go left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's
That's
hot. Yeah, I ain't saying Cam.
What's
What
the
are you gonna do?
Um,
Listen
We gotta go back to this year though for albums, bro. I didn't make my rap points.
what year?
No, yeah, we gotta go back to this year for albums.
This year?
Yeah,
Alright, go
I
ahead.
gotta make my rap points.
What you got?
Now as far as rap album of the year, I actually thought
For
about it.
2019.
2019. Everything for Sale is the best album of the year. It
You
will
got-
not
you
get
got-
any
you got-
recognition.
You gotta tell people who that is.
It's by this
who it
artist
is.
named Boogie. He is signed to LVRM, which is the same record label that Sir Walker signed to.
Shady Records.
But he's also signed to Shady Records. He's in connection with Shady. But best album of the year, by far. Better than
Rap.
Dreamville.
Rap.
Rap.
Rap
yeah.
album?
Better rap. Best rap album. Yeah.
better than who?
Dreamville.
He's drunk.
I'm not drunk.
He's on crack.
He's under the influence.
He's on
Say
crack.
we talking about a whole like
He's
whole
under the
like
influence.
body of people.
He's under the
It's just one person?
I think you like Dreamville because the story
Sage
too though.
He's under the influence.
Yeah, it's
And a lot of
Dreamville.
artists on. What's the point of it? But that's whole. That's
That's
all
not-
of Dreamville.
That's not why I like it at all. I like it because it's a great song. I like because it's a great
All
music.
that he's on it.
You haven't even listened
He's
to the
under the
album.
influence. He's under the influence.
You haven't listened to the album. You haven't listened to the album.
Boogie's
You
like
did
that,
listen.
yo. Hold up. I listened to that while I was waiting on Doc.
Yeah, he under the influence.
Jordan has not listened to the
I'm
album.
not.
And if you listen to the album, you're
I'm just.
Alright,
I'm talking about.
Who do you think is your
It's
rap
about
album?
artists versus the whole.
I said so much
group.
fun.
Dreamville.
Yeah.
I said so much fun.
He's under the influence. You wildin'.
I said
You're
so
under
much
the
fun.
influence.
I said that too.
The best solo rap album of the
Y'all
year.
both are under the influence.
Who is?
I said
So much
fun by Young
fun.
Thug.
That Young Thug album.
Niggas.
Y'all are under the
Niggas.
I
influence.
got that up because slime language 1200 was trash. That's why.
Yes.
If you can't come off a trash album and then boost your next album because of that.
I mean, I think
You
that's
gotta-
the best time to do it.
It's
Actually,
great.
Not
No,
gonna lie
it's
to you.
great, but that shouldn't be
Why
why
would you
you're
come
number
up with
one.
another trash after the trash? You want to come
I
with
just
your best
can't
work
say
after
that
the
that's
trash.
why y'all boost the album. Like I'm agreeing with you.
I don't like it.
Thug's album was great,
I feel like he just made a
but the
really.
best is that's the reason.
I don't want to give it the best because I feel like he made a commercial album. He had missed out all the time.
I would like.
He said he literally-
I would like to point out. I would like to point out the Baby dropped 2 albums this year.
Bush could be there.
Push them.
The baby come out this year?
Baby on Baby came out in January.
Oh, it did?
And Kirk.
Oh,
came out.
that changed everything.
The Baby dropped 2 albums this
They
year.
got the same album.
RC is the
Drake
baby.
beef.
RC is the baby now. Wait, I already said that.
We already said that.
I already said that.
Yo, 2019 must have been short.
I had to switch
It
to
was
my
trash,
Drake
bro. It was really
thing.
trash.
25 days.
Huh?
2019.
Baby on Baby came out in 2019?
What are we talking about?
Zach thought that Pusha T's album came out this year, but it couldn't have, bro, because that's when Drake beef
It
came out.
didn't come out this year. It was last year.
You were hiding your child.
I thought that was this year, for real.
That's your.
That was last year because that Tiana Taylor came out
Yo,
last year.
2019 ain't happening.
That shit flew by.
I did too. That was a
If
great
Baby
album.
came out in 2019, then
I was mad it was only 7 songs, but that was a
Right.
great album.
What's wrong with 7 songs? That's perfect.
No, not for
Oh my
her.
god, Baby straight out. Yeah, y'all boys. The Baby by far killed this year.
His albums are not good, but his singles are amazing.
You wild.
His albums are not
His
good.
albums are singles.
You wild.
A lot of them, yeah.
You wild. I don't know
His
what you're
I get what you're saying. Though. He's like he put out a lot like he
His
don't have
albums all
storylines.
could individually
You
be
cannot
singles.
never-
Yo, we
It's not
talking about
saying.
like impact.
Yeah, sure. Talk to
We
me.
talking impact?
Megan Thee Stallion's album was like that, and I don't even like her.
Fever. That was a
So
big
like, say
thing.
like an artist to go
It's a
boom.
Name 3 songs.
I think that was the album.
Name 3
I
songs.
don't listen to her.
And you can't say it's like that.
Yes, you
What
can.
impact did it have you listen to?
To like make her though, I'm saying like it made her who she
No,
is.
she was who she was before that album dropped.
If we're arguing that,
The album dropped at a good
if we're
time.
arguing that, then Lost Boy is really like
Yeah, I was just
Lost
about to
Boy
say
Roddy
that. I was
Ricch.
just say that.
are literally like they have better albums than the Baby and Meg Stallion. And they're
2019 was trash, yo. I see
I don't know.
I was dazed and confused.
I'm lying.
If you
Baby
put
on Baby's
Igor in
number
hip hop,
one.
Igor wins. But after that, you might.
Is it called Flip Language?
Thug might have a case now. Hold up.
I'm going with Baby on Baby for my number one then. Because I love Baby on Baby. I think it's great.
Y'all listen to
I
rap?
think Kirk is better than Baby on
Not
Baby.
really. Y'all
You think Kirk is better?
Gunna?
Only reason
Gunna.
I think Kirk is
That
better
nigga is
than
one
Baby
of the best songs
is
I heard this
because
year.
I've been a Baby fan for a while, and half the songs on Baby was already on his mixtape.
Wait, hold on.
Do y'all like Gunna?
Oh, I love Gunna.
I'm trying to think of that.
He like
I'm not a huge fan of
he
him.
like Gunna.
I
I
forgot
like
What's
all.
his song?
But I know
I
it's
play
all
it.
the time. Who you
Jordan, I just.
How does that go?
Who you fooling?
I like-
Who you think you fooling?
Who you
Who you
fooling?
fooling
Who you
is
fooling?
hard.
That's
that Kung Fu song.
But
It is
like,
a Kung Fu song.
2019 is trash, yo. Let's go to 18.
Was that 2019?
That's very silly.
Like,
That Kung Fu song.
Yeah.
I'm with KJ.
Yeah,
If
who-
you add,
Who did that?
let's add 2009 and chop off 2019.
I still.
I mean, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like what Zach said before is really prevalent, bro. Like a bottom five. Because 2019 really was trash. 2017 really was 2016 was amazing. 2016 was amazing.
2018 was fire too.
I said 2018.
Once you skipped it, you said 2019 was trash, then you said 2017 was
No,
trash.
I started with it first. 2018 was
my
good.
bad.
2019 sucked. 2017 was good. 2016
2016 was bad.
Summer 16
I ate them all, bro.
legendary.
Okay,
Time out,
16 was hard.
time out.
16 is the number one year of music. In my opinion.
Gotta push that narrative.
The best year of music was 2016, in my opinion.
Time out.
The best
Who's
year.
your first?
What came out?
But y'all, a lot of things came out 2016. I'm gonna lie to you, 2016 was hard.
Pablo.
Drake came out, Views,
2016
Chance the
was
Rapper.
Oh, that was
You-
Chance the Rapper.
That summer.
Did it come out 2016?
Yeah.
That summer was.
I didn't fuck with Kanye
ridiculous.
that year. I ain't gonna lie.
One.
Time out. I'm just realizing you saying For Your Eyes Only and not 2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Right.
No.
What?
Not Forest Hill Drive.
Now I don't agree with you at all.
I like Forest Hill Drive, but still, like I said, my
Or
opinion
more
bias.
Golden Clothes like that,
Why are
yo.
you biased?
Okay,
Wait,
what song?
That's like two songs on that whole album.
Like, okay, I love J. Cole anyway, but just that album, like, everything about it, I love. Every song.
Yo, y'all.
Like, I can relate to that more.
That's her personal opinion.
That's I can rock with that person's opinion because I really felt like when I heard Blonde for the first time, and a lot of people did not like it. I knew didn't like it. Now it's like group, but like I really feel like Blonde first time I heard it was like a really really good album. Like, I think it's better than Channel Orange. I did not like Channel Orange. Like,
Fourth
I wouldn't even
best.
put it the third best.
Fourth. In
What?
my opinion.
Yeah.
She picked the fourth best Cole album. What did
I wouldn't put that the third best.
fourth best.
Yes.
One
Oh, I think KOD better.
One Sinner,
That's
Forest
what
Hill
I
Drive.
like.
then
KOD is so
KOD is
slept on.
KOD.
That, I don't know if that might have dropped at a bad time for people's lives.
Cameron's
but-
hard not good song.
It's not. It didn't drop at a bad time. It wasn't what people expected from Cole. But if they listened to Cole, they would know that he said he was going to switch it up in this
He
album.
literally
But
said
did he
that.
really? But did he really?
He did.
Yes, he did switch it up.
Cause
He
cause he rapping
did.
on
Y'all
trap
gotta
beats.
be listening. Y'all be listening. That'd be your favorite album.
He was rapping on trap beats
And
and
still killed it.
The Neighbors
And
song.
talking about like today.
I do like the Neighbors
Bro,
song.
Cole's sound.
Listen, I don't gotta listen to this album because people
What
say
is
it's
it?
bad.
Cole's this
For Your Eyes
generation.
Only. Oh, I know.
Cole might be.
I'm a Cole fan.
I think Cole's
Y'all
this
saying
generation
Drake
music
because
is
the story.
They like
in my
commercial
opinion,
music. They
y'all
don't want to
love
admit it.
the rap.
That's the big problem.
No, Drake
Cole
is
definitely might be like that, yo.
a decade.
No.
He's up there. He's up there. No, he's up there.
Listen,
Who you got behind Cole, and then who you got behind Drake?
Listen,
I
I
think Cole was
love
up
We
there.
talking about
The reason why I argue
influence artists.
I love
If we
J.
throwing
Cole.
Kanye out,
I love
No,
J.
what
Cole.
about the year of the decade?
Decade.
decade. If we
Listen.
throwing Kanye out,
And we're not talking about
Drake or
Beyonce.
Cole,
Why
and if you look at what Cole's
because
doing
he's
behind
obviously most
him,
influential.
Brother, I love
Most of the
J.
people that's talking about
Cole.
would not be
I
rapping.
love J. Cole,
Huh?
but one Drake equals all of Dreamville. And I will go on a limb on that.
No.
I will die on a limb on that.
Die.
One Drake equals all of
You
Dreamville.
was dying on the Drake.
you get tested,
And I love J. Cole. My favorite rapper. My favorite rapper. Y'all have heard me
Cole
argue
told y'all
for
about
Cole
the
to be my
child.
favorite rapper plenty
Cole
of
told y'all
times.
about the child.
Cole up
Ain't
there.
no way.
Cole up there.
Ain't no way you put somebody
Cole
above
definitely-
Drake. If we're
Cole my
talking
number
about
two.
Drake. If we're talking about Drake,
Okay, wait.
there's no way you're putting Drake
Okay, wait.
above
Quick
Drake.
question. Go back on Zach. I don't think that he's the most influential rapper.
No, probably not.
Or has he passed on a lineage like?
I think Young
I think
Thug
when
is
Drake
very
stops, Drake like all that shit Drake stopped. I think J. Cole, as far as like J. Cole has planted seeds that are gonna last
Like,
forever.
what?
Travis Scott has planted seeds that are gonna last forever.
I think Young Thug has. Why you say Young Thug did as well? Why you say Young Thug did as
I was about to say,
well?
I was about to say, if we
Yes.
going planting seeds, Young Thug.
Young Thug.
But don't make it seem like Drake ain't been watering a lot of seeds. None of y'all would know the Migos if it wasn't for Drake.
No, that's not true.
Stop playing, bro. Y'all ain't know Versace
We
before
niggas
Drake
out
hopped
there
on it.
right now.
Stop playing. Y'all ain't know Versace before Drake hopped on it.
Y'all want it? No, Drake intentionally does that when he
Yes.
like he jump from artist to artist.
Exactly. There's a reason why.
Name a feature he had it.
There's a reason why.
Migos
Drake
rap.
was Drake house on your song.
That was like no, hold up, now that was like social
It's
media
appropriation.
video drop all
We're gonna have
that.
no
To stay
Migos.
relevant.
Because there is a Versace without Drake on it.
I heard that
Y'all
song.
don't know that song.
I was on SoundCloud, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't even
I'm
on
saying
SoundCloud.
the influence
No, it wasn't. That was on that Piff.
That's how old that is.
How you gonna tell me why I listen to something?
Yeah, it was on that kid.
That bitch was that shit.
That shit was on that kid.
Spinrilla.
I still use that.
Yo,
still use it.
Who's Spinrilla no more?
I do music on my phone, I think.
Apple Music better than
But no, I definitely say that those three are
better than Tidal.
far more at like planting seeds. And I feel like that's why Drake. To me, that's why Drake will never be like the most influential rapper out of this generation because he does not plant seeds, bro. He just hops on like that's appropriating, bro. In the day, whatever he says, he talked about it in his latest interview. He's like, I don't think it's cultural appropriation for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can hop on a Block Boy JB song. I can hop on these people, you know, because I'm paying homage to them. But that no, nigga.
Don't even talk
no.
about seeds. Talk about like respect from older people. Drake battled a lot of like speculation and people like that were all known rappers outside of what Wayne, and I'm not putting Birdman in there, but like Wayne, Drake don't really got nobody really riding for him like
Nobody
that.
rocks
Cole, everybody loves Cole.
I don't know.
No, everybody hates Cole.
I don't fuck with that.
He's talking about old rappers. He's not talking about
old
rappers.
rappers.
We're talking about
But
we
that's
talking about seeds.
But now
You
you
talking about people before these artists?
But now
y'all talking something completely different though.
I'm talking about projects.
Cole got people that back him because he co-signed by Jay-Z. Nobody in the old game gonna be like, nah, this nigga that Jay-Z brought into the game trash. You know what I'm saying?
You also have to think that.
But that's like saying
You know what I'm
Jay-Z
saying?
versus Will.
Drake is also.
If you're talking,
Nobody was gonna know
if
Drake.
you're talking hip hop, no one is putting Lil Wayne a candle to Jay-Z.
Y'all listen to Folding Coles, y'all would have known that Cole been singing to y'all.
Max B's the original singer.
I listen to Folding Coles and singing.
You never listen to Max B? Oh no, we gotta talk about that later.
Cole sung to y'all.
We're not battling. But no, that's an argument. You got to. Niggas call Drake a pussy all the time. Not everybody knows what he's doing.
Kevin's heart is.
That was a harmony at the beginning. I thought he was just saying something. That's harmony
on the side.
That was basically like my
I said he number 2, but I still gotta give
The
you
NBA All-Star game was something because of Cole.
I don't know about.
I don't know about that.
Oh, you talking about like?
Yes.
Wait, no.
If Kevin Hart didn't chill his right, he would have made that
The
song.
halftime performance. See, nobody watched the All-Star game.
We did. It was one of Charlotte.
They don't.
Kevin Hart grew up from that moment. Now he's a black man.
That's a topic.
He was a black boy. He grew up from the man.
That's the boy act how old he was.
He was a boy good now.
Age
Also,
is
it's
not
not like
determined
being
if you're a
famous
man
like
or
that,
a
man.
boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like being famous like that.
I've been
Like
honest as
women
well.
just be on you.
Amen.
Normal black men don't
Say
cheat.
no.
He
Black men don't cheat.
black man don't
Period.
cheat. If he cheats, he's a boy.
Black men
He's
don't
a
cheat.
child. He's not a man.
So what if there's multiple occasions of cheating? He's still
Then,
a boy.
absolutely. He has not grown up yet. He has not matured. He has not leveled up.
Why y'all not so loud? What the energy at?
I thought they were just like talking like.
What energy? We showing the energy now. We don't. There's no
I'm
reason
talking
for us to
about
yell.
topic right now.
There's no reason for us to yell to the black queens in the room. So,
Because black men don't cheat, we also don't respect
let
black
him
women.
know that black
You hear
men
me?
don't. Amen.
When y'all talking
Shamalama ding dong.
Amen. Amen, brother.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to best movie. I think we already decided that Kanye West had the best album of all time. Best movie this year,
Endgame.
Joker.
Endgame.
Joker.
Endgame.
Y'all niggas are
I didn't
meanies.
see Endgame. So it's already.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Zach can't be in this conversation. He don't watch movies.
You don't.
What? I
You
didn't
don't.
see the Joker.
Exactly. You don't watch
Let me
movies.
look at the movie.
You don't watch movies. You don't watch movies.
It's been a long year for
Okay.
that, y'all. Like a short, long year.
Let's start with the ladies, cause this, yeah, no.
2019 was about school.
Exactly.
We gonna listen to
Days
Happy
and
Day first.
I ain't been to movies all year. I don't know.
You ain't seen the movie?
You got a fire stick?
What's your favorite of the year?
I saw Us.
Did you see any Netflix movies?
Netflix,
Netflix movies
Hulu,
come
They
too.
see us.
Hulu.
When they see it?
When they see us,
That's not a movie. That's not a movie. That's a
it's
show.
a series.
That's a show.
It's a series.
Okay.
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 Girl, I'm supposed to.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know. That's my answer.
I really didn't like The Lion King. I ain't even seen it.
I didn't see it.
It's
Wild,
all exact.
bro.
you ain't seen nothing. Stop.
You didn't see Lion King?
Or Indian.
All right, Marquis, we gonna
I'm
go.
not like a movie person. I like shows more than movies.
I like
shows
shows
now
too,
more.
but I also like movies.
We on
I
movies.
should have added best
We're on
show.
movies right now. We're gonna go to shows after.
Best show.
Hold on, wait, Marquis.
Marquis.
She looking right now.
Yeah.
What did we go see this year?
So unprepared.
So unprepared.
It's yours.
Like you ain't know the docket.
like, hey.
Like you ain't know the docket. Like you the whole producer.
Yo, any movie y'all name not top 10.
I've been
movies
watching a lot
released.
of movies this year.
I can understand why.
The beach
Why?
bro.
None of those movies are movies.
Mario, what? What y'all these white people say?
This must be the nation.
Niggas
That means
research
the
it,
world.
That's funny.
Zach,
You research your
not Zach.
argument.
Jordan, what you got for movies?
I said Endgame.
Well, why? Okay, y'all gotta give me why.
Yeah, you asked me for 3 minutes.
Okay,
All I thought it was, What else you do?
Rock your shit, yamming and bagging it.
And you want me to tell you why Endgame? We talked about this early in there,
Right.
but it
We did.
brought together.
He wasn't here.
It brought together all of the movies of this decade in Marvel and made it into one story. And that joke, bro, emotionally, I was so invested. I was so
That's funny.
invested.
Nigga said,
I got so emotionally invested into a superhero movie. I've never been that emotionally invested in my
you
life.
cried?
Like a kid.
I wanted to.
I cried a couple times.
I wanted to.
Y'all are
You're a
wieners.
liar, yo. That was 2016.
Real man cried.
What? What is
Real
that?
man cried. Real man showed their emotions.
Rogue One. I have to say, oh, you asked me did that come out this year?
It was
I'm
like
sure
Star Wars.
asking did it wrap up. No, Rogue One
There
did not
was
come
a
out.
new Star Wars this year though.
There was. It just came out last week.
Like 2 weeks ago.
But Endgame is by far.
Finale for Star Wars. That's weird though.
What you got, DJ?
I said Joker.
Frozen 2.
Joker though.
Why Joker? I feel like as far as a movie that's like not connected to like a universe, but also based off a character, they did a really good job, you know, saying of like making it relatable and making it about like actual reality,
Like,
showing you
about
how.
modern day.
I think it answers a lot of questions too about like what's going on. Like I feel like a lot of people don't realize what the effect they have on other people. And the Joker kind of, you know what I'm saying, gave us that perspective of like what can really happen, you know what I'm saying, if you like fuck with people too much and like if life really goes so bad for somebody and they end up like going crazy.
So, y'all talking about Zach ain't seen movies. Did y'all see Queen and Slim?
We did. I did.
Y'all are trash.
AJ did. Would you put that up there though?
You didn't even see it.
Brother, you ain't, I'm just saying, y'all
I would not
trash.
put Queen and Swim up
So
there
you
because the
trash.
ending was terrible.
You said
Why
it was
you didn't
terrible.
The ending was terrible. Like they died.
Dora.
Well, I didn't
Movie made $1 billion. If you ain't see it now, you don't want to see it.
I can see it.
I'm gonna watch it on my fire stick.
It's not even in theaters
I'm gonna
anymore.
watch it on my fire stick.
Y'all didn't want to see the
see it no
movie.
more.
If y'all wanted to see it, y'all saw it. Man.
Let's move the shows because I'm done.
I never knew you would like
Let's move the show. Best show of the year.
Please don't ruin you, anybody.
Please don't ruin you because I just started it and honestly I'm invested.
I'm on season 1.
I'm the first season.
I just started.
I just started it.
You go through it so far?
No, but no, that nigga.
No, she is insane.
You got KJ's not gonna watch because he has white kids.
We're on season
That's also a fact.
Why you had a nigga locked up in the basement?
We're only on season 1. We're on season 1. Me and Ty in the same
I'm on
house.
season 1 too.
Niggas is
That's the
trash.
first episode.
Man, everything is
You missed a fucking year, bro.
everything is in 2018, yo.
Bro.
Okay, best shows, man. Best shows.
Watchmen.
Because y'all niggas didn't even see Queen and Swim.
I just watched one
Watch it,
episode.
Warrior?
I only watched one episode. I haven't.
Watchmen or?
Watchmen. Because I'm on to you now. I'm
Of
on
all
to you now. I'm
time,
stuck.
what year we doing?
Let's do both.
Oh,
Are we talking like new?
We doing
Like
decade?
new show? Yeah,
We
decade.
do decade.
Those decade, because you seen the show
Show
about
decade?
decade.
When did Prison Break come out?
Oh my god, that's such a good show. Oh,
I think
That's
2011.
why I shouldn't have been in this podcast right here.
Prison Break is
Yeah,
such a
from
good
movies to TV
show.
Yes, it
Y'all
is.
going from like, I don't even own my
Oh, I said mine of the year was All American.
Okay.
All American is my show of the year.
That's my other.
Yo, I had to
No.
say. I had to
Okay.
say.
Alright.
Decade.
My
Decade.
eyelids.
Yeah, eyelids.
Oh,
I mean, well, we count when they see us.
no, that's 2018. Is Gotham 2018?
That's what I'm saying.
Gotham?
We count-
Yes.
Gotham is not 2019, I know that.
So
Yeah. What we talking about?
it's
That's what
2018.
we doing
Last
like the
season
season,
will
like
be
the last
2019.
season.
It's like the only TV show I've ever watched.
I like
Really?
Scandal.
You really like that show?
I really love
I
Gotham.
didn't keep up with it.
Like, I love Gotham.
I watched all of those Shonda Rhimes joints. So like Grey's Anatomy, Scandal,
How to Get Away with
How to Get
Murder.
Away with Murder.
Great show.
But was Grey's
How to Get
Anatomy
Away
this
with Murder?
decade
It
though?
was a great show.
I thought Grey's Anatomy is older than
It's
this.
Grey's Anatomy.
Hey, that R. Kelly series.
It started like.
It was good.
I don't see that shit.
That's a serious.
Then
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie to you,
Oh, that's the freshman year.
Yeah.
That was
I saw it, it was wild.
Oh, American Horror Story. Wait. Yeah, American Horror Story. That's my
That's
decade.
decade. We talking
That's my
decade.
decade. That's my decade. That's American Horror Story is the best show on TV.
I haven't seen any of those.
Well,
When they see us,
I never seen it.
When they see us, you put that. When they see us, you put that.
That's why I didn't say earlier. So I just know it. I just know American Horror Stories like that.
Walking Dead. I mean, Walking Dead. I haven't seen that either, but
Yeah, Walking Dead. It didn't have the impact like American Horror
I haven't
Story.
seen. Oh, you wildin'. Walking Dead.
The
Walking.
longevity though.
You bugging. Walking Dead had a whole spinoff.
Yeah.
They had a whole
Brother, I'm
spinoff.
saying,
Walking
no,
Dead.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Was Walking Dead?
Ooh, Narcos. Narcos might be my decade.
No, Breaking Bad. Ain't Breaking Bad been somebody's?
Breaking
DJ
Bad.
used to watch that.
Breaking Bad. Now he hates Breaking Bad.
Have y'all
Hey,
seen
I do
Underground?
hate it.
Underground 6? That movie?
No, that's a movie. Underground is like they broke
We're
up.
using that Netflix subscription.
Oh, you talking about the Roots thing?
It's like it's
The
like
Roots thing? No, I don't watch
it's not
nothing with
Roots
slavery.
though, but it's
I don't watch nothing with slavery.
Okay.
Roots.
You be scared.
I
Is it
ain't-
good though?
I don't be scared. I'm just not gonna let white people sell my oppression to me.
White people make
So we talking about documentary
No,
series?
John.
Hey, Cass said
White people.
Nice.
John Legend.
Who's the director?
John Legend.
White man.
She told me John Legend.
Yeah.
so
John
I'm-
Legend, what?
John was one of the directors. He's the producer.
Okay, what else?
It was a white man as director.
I'm about to look it up. Why?
Why?
So white people can't direct oppression?
No, not my oppression. They sell it to me.
Did they create the oppression?
Yeah, so why would I want them to sell it to me? Why would I want them to make the money off of the oppression that they already put upon me?
Okay, that's a way
I
to
see what
look
you're
at
saying, but you're being too deep about it.
it. It's a way to look at
Okay, so
it.
back to Zach. Is this a movie, a documentary, or
We're talking series or shows?
That's what I'm saying. It's like in between, but it's something that Zach watched.
You can have a documentary.
What do you
I
watch?
already said that.
You talking
It's
about the OJ
us,
thing?
or y'all just
When
said
they
us.
see
You
us.
talking about the OJ thing?
When they see
When they
us.
see us.
I would say when this is.
When this is.
I said
OJ
that.
definitely TV show.
That's a TV show.
When they see us is a TV
He
show.
got it.
show.
He got an award
It
as a
was a
TV show.
series, yeah.
What?
They won
The
it.
boy that won.
When they see us?
NBA.
Oh yeah,
NBA.
that's mine then.
Yeah.
You watched it?
You seen when this is?
I fuck with you for that, LB.
I
Cause I didn't watch it.
I didn't see Black Panther until 2019, but
Shit's fire. Nah, but definitely.
But
Okay,
now
so
they like
let's get to the best movie for the decade. We didn't talk about
The
that.
decade? That's hard, yo. There's a
When
lot
did Dark
of
Knight come
movies.
out?
Nigga, there's a lot of movies. Oh, that's
Oh, we talking about the decade? I'm talking about the trilogy.
Trilogy?
I think you
That
saw
trilogy
trilogy.
is hard.
Yeah.
I think it came out in 2000s though.
I did just watch movie.
The best Joker ever in history.
The Dark Knight came out when in
Your
sixth grade.
life and your kids'
But
life.
if it was like
that.
to the 2010s, does it still count?
Google it.
Yeah, it was like the
Still
first
Nigga,
one.
I was
The
very
first
positive about drinking
The
for
first
1
one?
second too, so.
No, I knew that for sure. It was
So
sixth
Google
grade.
it.
We were in sixth. Okay.
I was in the 7th grade.
But
when I was
listen,
drinking, that's why I
if
said
the
that.
other movies was
Damn,
in the
Music for the
2010s, I think it
2010s.
should still count. My opinion.
The second part was 2010.
No, that was 2005 was the first one. Batman Begins. But then Dark Knight
That's the
was
first one?
Dark Knight was
Dark Knight.
2012.
I like Dark Knight.
When did the last one come out?
Oh, hold up.
If we get the last one,
The
2012.
Dark Knight Rises
Huh?
was 2012.
2012. That's the one with Bane, isn't it?
yeah, we can get
Dark
it.
Knight
I ain't gonna lie.
was
It's up there.
Hey, we can't do that. Can we do that in this
Man, we
game?
can, man. We want that.
We can do whatever we want to, nigga,
No.
because ain't nobody care about our opinion.
No. Y'all just embarrassed me up here, had me counting foolish. So no.
I think we should.
But I'm saying it ended in 2012. The trilogy ended in 2012.
JJ really was counting.
I was, nigga. I was.
Alright, well then if we do a movie trilogy series, Marvel got everybody beat it for the decade period.
The first Iron Man movie came out in
Trilogy.
2000.
I said series. I said trilogy slash series, didn't I? I said trilogy slash series, didn't I? We gonna compare that. We're going back right now. And I said series.
Inception's the best movie. Monster came out in 2009.
Inception
It's
was
not like you said
Inception was
Inception.
now this decade. Inception was this decade?
He said 2010.
Inception 2010. I look you felt good.
Django.
You don't even like the Ravens though.
Y'all better stop saying
Inception
Django. That's
still
silent.
I love that movie. I said Django just now.
I love that.
He did. The D is silent.
Django?
It is silent.
So I kick you on knee.
I'll get a knife on your ass, nigga.
That's cute.
Hold on. You said Django was your movie of the decade?
Not movie the decade, like the movie. I can't really think right now.
I'm gonna go shit.
Wow, The Blind Side.
That's
She said,
2009.
she said, what you got?
I don't know.
That's tough.
I really wasn't thinking.
Movie of the
When
decade.
did Avatar come out?
A lot of decades.
No, that's definitely like
I
2005.
said the
I thought I want to
notebook.
say a Marvel movie, but I want
That's why I said the Marvel movies
I want
really
to
got it,
get. I
yo.
want to get away from Marvel. Like, I want to like. Get
It's hard
Call me by
because
your name, and I'll call you by yours.
What's that?
Call me by your name.
Yo.
That's why the movie's called that. You got niggas watch
The Wolf of Wall Street? That's mine.
we talked
Did
about
you say
it.
that earlier? You said
Talked
that
about
earlier.
it
That's
earlier.
Didn't
2013.
someone say Last Showman earlier?
The greatest
I
show.
said the greatest show.
But I don't know if
We were
that's
talking
movie
about
decade.
soundtrack. We were talking about
I
soundtrack.
don't know
I
if
was
it's
talking
movie
about that
decade
movie.
though.
It is doing this.
But I don't know.
But I wouldn't be no best of the
It's
decade.
so tough.
Hello.
Ralph
Greatest
was so
Showman
long.
has a 56%.
Your 13 girl.
I'm going Inception or The Wolf of Wall Street. But I'd go.
Are those
Okay, Leo.
Leo movies?
Leo. Wow.
We were talking
Actor
about
of the decade?
We were talking about
He's
that
actor of the
earlier.
decade.
Leo
Unappreciated
nice,
actor of the
bro. Leo
decade.
nice, bro.
Leo might be actor of the decade.
Yeah, I agree. Gatsby.
Leo wanted me to grow my.
Great
I wanted to grow out my
Gatsby
hair out
came out
because of
in-
Leo.
You did. I remember that.
Movie. 2013.
I was gonna go with the Leo.
He had a good 10 years,
He
bro.
had a good
He had a
decade.
great
It
day.
was so unappreciated.
He had a good
Will
decade.
Smith. Y'all better quit playing. Very underappreciated. No, I'm talking about being underappreciated, not actor.
Decade?
Yes. Underappreciated of the decade.
He was Genie, and I can't.
I wouldn't say
can't
he
let that-
wasn't
I can't-
He's
appreciated.
definitely underappreciated because
Then
they
his
say he's
movies came out
trash.
this
His
year.
movies are trash, but he's not trash.
Yeah, but I feel like
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. People be saying this movie's trash, but all of the ones they say are trash, I like.
So which ones do you say?
They say Focus was a bad movie. I liked Focus.
I like
They said, what was the one with the concussion? They said that was a bad movie. I liked Concussion.
Concussion was a great movie.
I liked Concussion.
People say
They
it's
said-
like it because of the African thing.
Oh, this is accent was trash?
Yeah.
I don't care. I made it.
Eh.
Will Smith is my favorite
Yeah,
actor.
nobody
It
knew.
sounded alright.
And that's just
I feel
like
nobody knew
menstrual,
about
on
it.
cycle,
Right.
all that. But Will Smith is my favorite actor.
I just
I don't even know what he sounded like. Just knew about him before the movie.
Right.
Man played Ali. That's not in this decade, is it?
No, that's like 2002.
That movie came out like
That
that movie
movie
before he was
old.
born.
But still, Will
you
Smith,
say your movie.
in my opinion, like killed it. In
And
my
in
opinion.
2000, 2010, he had a good run. He was Genie. He was Genie this decade.
That's good,
And I thought
though.
he did great as Genie.
And he's going to be a spy in another Disney movie, a Pixar movie.
Will Smith is killer. The man played
And
him
Bad
and
Boys
Young
coming
Man.
out. And Bad
The
Boys.
man
coming
played
out.
him and Young Man. Y'all watched it.
That was gonna be trash.
Have you seen Gemini Man?
I loved it.
It was good.
Yes,
I say that because Pursuit of Happiness was definitely before 2010.
it definitely was.
So I'm saying like 2000, 2010 was him.
You like Hancock?
I love Hancock.
I do too, but that's another one that they say is one of his bad movies.
Really?
I think, bruh,
Yeah, y'all should.
I like Hancock.
Now concussion.
He like Will Smith is like that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Will Smith don't got a bad movie in my eyes.
What about that
I
movie?
didn't say it was a bad movie. Cause like I said,
He
Will
don't-
Smith
he
kills
don't
every
got a
role
bad
in
movie
my
in my
That
opinion.
eyes.
movie with him and Jaden, bro. Like, they was like on some planet or
Pursuit
some
of
shit.
Happiness. Oh,
No.
I'm talking about
Oh shoot, After Earth.
After Earth.
That shit might have been.
No, I Am Legend. I Am Legend. He was with his. I Am Legend. I Am Legend. No, you gotta get him like 2010.
I saw some.
It was iffy.
I saw some trailers of it. That shit might have been.
No, I see it. No, y'all, for real, I see it. It's not terrible.
Will Smith is 2010.
I think Jaden can act. I think Jaden might have brought
watch
it
it. I didn't want to watch
I
it.
haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
I remember Jaden and
Karate Kid was that
Kid.
movie though.
Jaden was asking Karate Kid.
No, he was not.
What?
The movie was good. He cannot act, bro.
That was my shit.
He was like 10, bro.
We gotta be honest. That boy was
Bro, was just being himself.
in the movie, yo.
Those were real tears.
They sleep, man.
I was asking before they put the camera on him.
He was like,
Those were real tears.
During that fight, I almost cried.
Shit.
No, he cried that entire movie. I want to go home.
Ain't a Karate
That's a
Kid.
movie.
That's never Karate Kid you ever seen.
He was being
Oh, that's when y'all trash, yo. DJ saying it because DJ probably
I've seen the
old
OG
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid,
Yeah.
and that shit was fire.
That's
That
the
one,
Oh,
was
bro,
bad.
it was good, bro. Y'all
No, listen to me. Aki fell off.
It wasn't good.
Yes,
Jordan,
it was.
you actually know how many Karate Kids there
I
were?
seen all of them.
Jordan, and they only made one of
The
them.
girl was trash.
They did not make that for no reason.
That's so tight.
That's why Cole better than Drake.
That's
What?
It's the same thing.
They can say anything these days.
and that's why the Cowboys the team of the decade.
Alright, that's alright.
You could have said any
I
other
wasn't to reach
You cut the show? You got the thing on. Hey, cut the camera on.
The best team without a chip this decade.
The best team without a playoff was
How they shit this decade?
I really thought someone was making this one, bro.
I thought it was too.
I said, what?
The Eagles ain't let you leave them no chance.
Bro, and that don't piss me off though, cause like we really beat the Eagles every single year, and including this year, one time this year, and then lost the last game.
got spanked pretty much. Y'all look
We
ugly.
did not get spanked.
But
at
y'all
all.
look very
It was a terrible
Did the
game.
Cowboys
Y'all
win
look
today?
Terrible
ugly.
game. Yeah, it was a
They
terrible
dragged the
game.
rest
It
of
was
the
a terrible
season.
game.
But look so ugly against the Eagles.
And that's my problem with the Cowboys, bro.
Dak was throwing the.
We never get dragged.
Dak was throwing
We
the
just-
fans.
No, I got it. Plot
We are
twist.
terrible.
Dak's gonna
It
go
was
to
about 20
Miami.
this.
Because Miami always grab like a trash quarterback. So they gonna grab Dak.
Nah, they keeping Fitzpatrick.
They gonna grab.
just be
Hear
patient.
me out. They gonna grab Dak from the Cowboys.
Wow, all the losses.
And then the Cowboys gonna get like a crazy next quarterback.
Okay.
That nigga.
But when it happened, we gonna go back to this podcast.
That is a redneck beard. You would not gonna call him that. That beard
You
is
seen the
redneck.
change though. You seen the change. Y'all seen it. All right.
That is a redneck.
All right, y'all heard me. What?
Anyways.
All right. Okay. So I saw a tweet the other day. That was talking about how. What year is it? The class of 20 class after us. So it's basically a generation of kids in here that they've been in school their entire life. Like they in 2010's, they've been in elementary school, middle school, high school, and college. I don't know what year that would be. I guess it's 2023 now. 2023. Maybe it's 2023. Yeah. But if we think about it, we've been through a significant amount of school. We're in middle school at the beginning of this decade now. You know, we all, just like I said, y'all graduated from college. I graduated from college this year. How does that feel? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like know that your entire life has passed. Basically, like all your youth in like 10 years. Like, we're talking about all these things. Like this is all nostalgia. Like
something I said to Cajun.
Like what you have knowledge about.
Yes.
Something I said to Cajun in the car on the way here. Like I think it's crazy how like we graduate maybe at the end of the decade. So like this new decade is really like a whole new start. And that's crazy how like we graduate from college, which is a whole new start into the life. Right. I think that's insane for us to be able to say that. Like you said the other day, we was the last class of the decade. That's wild to think about it like that. Like this whole new decade is a whole new life. I just think that's cool to be honest.
So I'm saying like it's like the realization that you know, a lot of y'all like I have kids, but like everybody else, like, you know, so you're gonna have kids like within the next 10 years probably. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years gonna be 33, so hopefully married, like have like your entire life, like all the youth. I was thinking about it last night when I was sitting up. I was like, bro, like all like the young days and stuff. Like I mean, you're still gonna have fun, obviously, but like all like the young, like being able to like say like you don't understand that you're young.
21.
Yeah, like you all that's gone. Like all that is gone.
21 is a big hump.
You're doing like big boy stuff now, like going on like actual like cabin trips with your friends and their spouses. It's not just boy trips.
Like you gotta bring the wife.
Nah, for real, like we ever go like some cabin trip or something. We
He didn't say job. That boy said cabin trip. What?
The next time we go on a trip, we possibly gonna have to bring females.
But I thought
spouses.
I thought
2020 is gonna be the year of real.
Oh, my spouse will be with me everywhere.
She's not here right now.
We're everywhere.
She's not here right now.
Oh, after July, it's a wrap. Y'all ain't never gonna see me alone.
She in the pods.
Y'all ain't never gonna
She
see
in
me
the pods.
Married in 2020, I'm telling you. Yes, first wedding 2020. Yeah, go.
That's not gonna be me.
Take off.
Daezhane, how does that make you feel though? Because you moved from an entire different part of the country, like I did as well. So how does it feel like? I was getting to you, niggas. They didn't from Louisiana.
That's not the part of the country. That's still the South. Like
y'all are not the South. This shit's on the coast. This is on the coastline. East.
This is the southeast.
Southeast coast.
Southeast.
She's from the South.
You was wrong.
No.
It's not. She came from
We
Seattle.
the southern region, brother.
Like Seattle would have been the whole. It was like.
Have you been to Louisiana? Have you been to Louisiana? Have you been to Louisiana? Have you been to Louisiana?
Yes.
Culture's completely fucking different. So you can't say that, bro.
I just don't understand how.
Culture different.
I just don't understand
Brother,
how people say the first state to secede from the nation is not a southern state. I don't get it. I just don't understand. But it's alright. I'll let y'all have it. Yeah, I digress.
Aren't you slaves?
I'm arguably one of the more racist.
Arguably, raised a more southern state than any.
Like by law.
Arguably, but I'll let you have
The
it.
red line states.
I'll let you have it.
Exactly.
It's gotta be
That's
like,
what
it's gotta be like Bama. It's like Bama, South Carolina.
Daezhane, as we were saying, so you moved from a different state.
Yeah.
How does that feel? You know what I'm
There we
saying?
go.
So like transfer over and like live in an entire different lifestyle than you probably would have lived on that track.
But so am I talking about like my move, or I'm just talking about how everything has like
Talk about everything.
changed?
Do you look
Talk
back?
about whatever you want to. You got the spotlight right
I
now.
also want you to talk about like, do you ever look back at like the people in school, like in middle school, like you know? So I look back all the time, like people in the middle school and like seeing what they're doing now and realizing like, at the time I was really mad about moving from Kansas, but like if I would have been in Kansas, I would not have been like would not have been my life. I would have had like completely different. Probably been dead, but you know some shit like that.
I mean, I love my life in Louisiana. It was already pretty much made for me. Like everything completely changed when I moved here. I don't have like any experiences like I would have been in a bad situation when I was there, but I probably wouldn't have evolved as much as I did here because like there I was stuck in comfort because like I said, everything's already made for me. Like everybody knew everybody in my family. Like I had all type of connections. Here I had to build my own reputation from the ground up, you know. So like I guess that would be my.
Were you born there?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't know that.
Just like so you like the opportunity for a second chance. Like it makes you feel good.
Yeah, I embraced it at first, but it got like really hard. But like I look back on it like I wouldn't have met like amazing people like my sister and stuff, my boyfriend, all those different things. So yeah.
You better say that with some energy.
Yeah, man.
My sister and my boyfriend, don't whisper that.
Right.
I mean, I wasn't trying to whisper it, but I'm just saying like.
That man got money. He overseas.
Oh my god, extra.
You might not make the cabin trip. I did not make the cabin trip.
Marquita, how do you
Like,
feel?
go there. Shit, ain't cold. They gonna be the real.
That's his end. Speak to us.
Real cabin.
I mean, for me, it was really a culture
Only
shock
cabin.
because I came from being raised in the north, and I was raised in a white household. So like coming down, going to coastal, meeting like everyone I was meeting, like joining my sorority, everything like that, it was just a huge culture shock. So now I kind of went from, this is what I say all the time, that I'm a black person, but like I'm white. Like everyone tells me I'm white, I act white, I talk white. So it's just weird for me to come down here and realize, oh, this is what black people do, this is how they act and stuff. Because in my high school, like it was completely different. I went to high school with like 10 people that were black. So then coming down here, it's just a huge culture shock. But I was able to grow and become the woman I am today because of that. So I'm not changing it. I won't go back. I don't want to say anything either. I'm glad I moved down here.
So, did you or do you identify with white people, not as white, but with white people? You don't think so? Okay. I was just
Why not?
I was just curious.
Why not?
Yeah.
No, I really don't know why.
I was
Why
about to
wouldn't
ask
you,
that.
why wouldn't
so-
you identify yourself like with white people?
I mean, I just don't. Just because I was raised white doesn't mean I believe in the same stuff that they do. Like, I don't believe really the same things that my dad believes in. Like, we would argue, we would go back and forth. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, just because I was around them, like, I feel like I'm able to see, like, both sides of the spectrum. Because I am black, so I fit in with that crowd. But then also, I was raised, like, with black people, or with white people, so I can see, like, both sides. So I wouldn't want to, I don't think I would.
Question in class.
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
See, okay, so I learned a lot about this in like a bunch of psychology classes. But like, so do you think it's more? Do you believe more in nature over nurture instead of nurture over nature? Because you were raised by white people, which is nurture. But you're saying like you related more to black people, even though you were raised by whites. You think that's more so like a nature type thing, or just because when you got here? Like, what do you think?
I feel like it would be flipped in that instance though.
But nurture is like what's raising you.
That's what I'm saying. Like she was, I feel like her nature.
So it's nature over nurture.
Her nature would be white people though, because she's like
Because
she's exposed to a white environment, even though she is black. It's like it's like a child that grows up
Yeah,
without mirrors.
basically, she has like both
got
nature and both nurture in the same place.
And then when she got to coastal, she is
like
nurtured by black people.
So like, I feel like she has like she said, best of both worlds.
Okay, but like nature versus nurture, if we talk about animals, like an alligator is naturally an alligator.
All animals.
I thought you were like a cat.
A dog. Alright.
He said,
Okay, fine. A dog.
What do you know about
A dog.
So Komodo dragon. Komodo dragon.
Niggas talking about
Okay, but a dog. A dog is a dog. We know what a dog does and everything like a dog. If it's raised by wolves, it's gonna act like a wolf more than likely.
yeah.
That's nurture.
Yeah.
But nature-wise, it is a dog. Nature-wise, she is black. Nurture-wise, she was white because of how she was raised. That's what I'm saying is the difference. But she's saying now that she's around with black people, she automatically went to those black people. That's what I'm saying. So nature kind of outdid nurture in that sense. When usually that's scary.
I thought it was pebbles.
Nurture outdoes nature.
I think that, and I think another big reason, like with her situation, that it might have been something that was change over, is that I think that she just had that realization early on. Like, cause you know what I'm saying, like, you know Marquise, like she's into like black things. Like a lot of girls will be like in that situation. Like I've met
I
girls.
think we should let her speak.
Okay, go ahead, go.
I mean, you can. I have no idea.
But I want to hear what your like thoughts on it. That's why I asked you. What he was saying, do you agree with that? Let's start there.
I mean, I don't really know who was in it.
Like the thing about you realizing it early on that you were black and into black things.
I was gonna mention like the hair thing. Right? I was gonna let her talk after that. But I was gonna mention like a lot of black girls don't like that, or like around white, like you know, bro. Like we grew up in Cambridge. There's black girls who like hang around like nothing but like white girls. Their hair are fucking trash. Like she realized early on that her mom couldn't do her hair, so she got online. She only sees black people doing hair, so I feel like that like
Like
connected her.
Tamara hair trash, but Tia hair is fire.
Oh, I was like, He's like, I don't know Tamara. My bad.
I was talking about
Like the twins.
about Tia and Tamara. Yeah.
Boy, sweating.
Like, damn, what's he?
Like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, my mom could always do my hair, so okay. So I feel like it's a little bit different for me because my family wasn't completely black. My extended family, we had an uncle that was black, so I had cousins that were mixed. So I feel like it wasn't always strictly white because I had mixed cousins. So like I would talk to them, like I would go with them to get their hair done. Like I had them, so it wasn't completely white, but my dad's side was completely white.
You know she have an aunt that's AK?
She has an
Yeah.
interesting life.
That's wild. I did not know.
Is she
that.
white?
No, she's black.
Oh, you have an interesting life.
It's my uncle's sister.
We gotta talk.
Yeah, I'm very interested in
Yeah,
that.
we gotta talk.
It's like this is
It's a
wild.
Show by itself.
We gotta
Like,
talk.
for real. Like, Miss Ann. You were
Yeah.
very interesting. Interessante.
Yeah. But yeah, I just was curious if you
Did she just wake up like
identified
this?
with
I
white
mean, I feel like
culture.
before I got to Coastal, yeah, I would say I identified with them, but now, no.
Okay. I only asked because Zach is obviously
Yeah.
quite. He's quite
What's
classy.
dignity?
And but he doesn't identify as black, but with black people.
As we can see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's melanated. Before the card.
So I was just trying to see if you were in the same spectrum.
You have boyfriends?
Okay, so let's go on to that. Zach. Zach, what was it for you when you realized?
I
This is a nice.
I wasn't about to do
I thought it
that.
was a great conversation. Never mind, move on.
I just felt like, for their sake,
I
this
feel-
would
I
be
know
a
what
really
you're saying. I know what
dope.
you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
We can do it some
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Y'all was
Well, listen, brother, you know we just
y'all
we're never on the
Decades
same.
to life.
We're never on the same page in this podcast. We always hop from
I mean, I get it,
subject to
'cause-
subject.
We went from days like changing
Okay,
the
that's
culture
what
shock.
Yeah.
My kid's culture shock up
Nah,
a
I
decade.
did not do
I
it.
didn't have a culture shock in a decade,
Yeah,
so that's why
yeah.
it was weird different.
My question is, because DJ question to everyone was, is it weird knowing that what you've been through this decade? My question is, what have you done in these past year or couple of years to set you up for the next decade? For everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, I'm not going to speak for Ty, but I know what Ty has been doing in the past year or so to set him up through the next decade. I know what Zach has been doing. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Y'all can.
so clarify your question
Right.
first. To clarify your question first, by the time it gets me out of the
Yeah.
You're asking what have we done in the past 2 years or this decade as a whole?
Decade as a whole.
Okay.
Or
Like the
not
end of this
even,
decade.
even not what you have done, what has happened in this decade
That sets you up for the
that
next.
sets you up for the next.
Great question.
What have you learned from everything?
For me, I say finding myself, preparing my mind, stuff like that. Like I said, when I moved from Louisiana, I had to build myself up here. And then that was even like a test within college as well. So just getting back to the basics and just like finding my rhythm, what works for me mentally, because that starts, the inside is, affects the outside. So that's me.
Okay. And how exactly did you get your mind and find yourself? Because a lot of people need to find themselves.
I hit
So
rock
what?
bottom.
So what helped you?
I hit rock bottom at one point in college, and then I just had to spiritual journey. I had to get back to God and meditate like that.
I feel like rock bottom will do it to you, boy.
That was, if you don't mind me asking, that was like Aiken?
No, this is at
That was
Coastal.
Coastal? Like first when you first got there?
No, this was
So this is
my
recently?
junior year.
Dang, you hit rock bottom recently.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Post
sis.
AK or before?
This is
That's why the
actually
same time is.
It's crazy, sis.
Can you repeat what the question was?
What happened? What happened in this past 10 years, or even year, 2 years or so, that you have either learned from or that you have done for yourself to propel you into the next decade?
I feel like having a child. Really just, because now I can't stop. I can't get up. I have someone that's depending on me that I have to go harder and stronger for.
Right.
That would be having a child.
Daezhane?
What have I done in this decade?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I feel like I had like a midlife crisis. And like,
Sports 23.
Jesus.
He's 23 years old.
I mean, yo, people dying every day.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like for a black man, a midlife crisis, like at this age, is like right. And not at this age, you know what I'm saying? Like during college, that's right.
Quarter life crisis, maybe. I mean, we'll just speak life into him.
I'm not trying to be that case. I don't want to make it 100.
I'm just saying crisis.
I had a crisis.
I'm trying to make some. I'm definitely trying.
His goal is making 100. I don't want to make
Maybe
it
over.
too much. Fuck it.
But like, still doing my own thing. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing my own thing. Like,
Yeah, I don't want to be no veggie, bro. And I know I'm gonna be veggie because I'm fat now. But no, like I feel like I had like midlife crisis, and I really like found myself in college in the time I was there. Well, not even found myself, but was able to come into being myself. I feel like I was always myself, not trying to like live for other people and what other people want, like my parents, or like what my friends saw me doing, or like why, like I still feel like I always had like the right trajectory in mind for what I want to do in my life, but I don't think I actually like was trying to go about it my way. I was trying to go about like everybody else's way. So I think in college I found that out for myself, and then like just taking time, like think about things I actually always wanted to do, and I didn't think it was possible because nobody ever spoke that into me. Like I always wanted a business growing up, but like neither one of my parents think like that. They don't think that's just cool. So like being able to like go look those things up for myself like the last year and a half, like build into that, like build into having like my own way of wealth. Like after I'm gone, I hope this is here forever. Then you know, so having a kid, I feel like it's really important because like it's like perpetuating. Like I have to like keep going on. I have to. There's somebody out there, you know what I'm saying, like that's more accountable for myself than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm accountable for it. Is what I mean to say.
It's like extra motivation.
Yeah, not even motivation. It's like scary, bro. It's like I can't just like give the fuck up. I can't just be trash.
Yeah, like motivation. I'm not saying motivation like, you know, like hip hop music type motivation, but like motivation like now, whatever I do, I'm balls to the wall with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like I say it all the time. I be talking to Marquita about it. Like I be trying to do stuff and like niggas working on their own time. And if it's like somebody working on their own time, I'd say fuck it, I'm gonna go do it by myself because I don't have time for like I can't work in the same clock as everybody else. I have a kid. Like everybody's talking to me, you know, 10 years later, nah, I got 2 years, I got 6 months, I have like a time clock in my head, like when I want things done, how I want things done. I've always kind of been like that. But I would be like more lenient to like working with people. But like now it's like I need this done by tomorrow. You're gonna respond, fuck it, I'm gonna do it by myself. We figure out a way to get it done. I feel like I'm more susceptible to like go do it by myself now. Like somebody hit me up about something, and it's gonna get done because it has to get done. Time is more prevalent to me now than it was before.
Feel like time. I'll go after you.
do this every time. How you get to do this every time?
I'll go after you. The person asking the question does not answer their own question.
So this is every time. It wasn't just this time.
Alright. But I can definitely say like in the past few years, I can say I definitely like been in my bag. Just knowing me when I first got to college, I didn't really know like, you know, where I wanted to be.
The first person to actually fit in his bag. Like then outgrow his bag.
Yeah, outgrow the bag. And then get your little bag.
That's the same bag because they did.
I cannot stand y'all. It's a little duffel bag.
But yeah,
you're in each other's bags.
But yeah, just like when I first got to school, I didn't really know like, you know, what I wanted to do. I kind of lost track of like my dreams. You know, growing up, I always had like people telling me I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm too small, etc. You know, people telling me like I know be a personal trainer just because of my size. So like just like in this last year, just really like just putting all that to a side. And it's really like just getting in my bag, like really just grinding, getting in the gym, getting big, and really just like being an inspiration to like other people. And that really like pushed me to just go out and actually go do internships and go shadow people and just get all the information I can just to like, you know, like get all the experience I can to get me a job in the long run. And like right now I do have a job. You know, all of that information got me to where I am right now. And even now, like with the job, I feel like I still can go higher. Like why work for somebody? Why slave for another owner when I can be an owner? You know, like I just feel like right now I'm still learning. I'm still pushing forward. I just feel like the sky's the limit. Like it's like I don't know. Like I don't have a set goal. It's just like I'm just going wherever I can. I'm just going in the moment, going with the flow until I reach the top.
I feel like it's something. Zachary, whenever you're done drinking.
So, I feel like going off of like kind of what Ty and DJ said, I think college is really established to make you or to build you to work for somebody else. So I think that is a learning curve that a lot of people realize, like this little self-identity, individualistic like future that a lot of people have, or like this business owner mindset is something that's kind of pulled away from you in college. So anyway, that was just 2 cents. Something I gathered from both of y'all's comments. Nothing to do with my decade propelling me to the next. However, I think the original question was something along the lines of this decade and how it's prepared you or bettered you or set you up for the next decade. And I think mine is.
Or what would you say from this decade into the next? Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
easily. And it's so like really broad. It sounds pinpoint to an answer, but it's really, really broad. This is my relationship with God.
Amen.
And who God is and why God is so misunderstood by so many others and why like your relationship with God is yours and it's not anybody else's. I think that's big, and I've learned like smaller things like comparison is death of joy is something Theodore Roosevelt said that I've lived my whole life with, but in a biblical context it's the same thing. Like so many people build up like who God is from their parents, from their classmates, from teammates, from like the world, especially with social media today. Like somebody else painted the picture of God that you have in your mind. And I think that's kind of how I was raised. Like this, the beginning of this decade was like, okay, my parents didn't want to push me and force me into a church. I went to church on my own with friends I played basketball with. Cool. Got to college. At the end of high school, like really had no relationship with God or religion of any sort. Like everybody said they were Christian. Got to college and got around a person or the right people, and it was like people that push God in their own way, and then I aspired to make that my own like path. Like I'm gonna find God for who I believe He is. Like a lot of people don't like their church, and that's the real truth, or they don't like their parents' church, or they don't like their family's church, they don't like their best friend's church, they don't like the church that's in their city. Some of those things are like the picture of church or religion, and that's like for me it was like finding my own religion, finding my own God, this, that, and the third is definitely like that's like a lot of. So I think it's just my relationship with God. That's that.
I feel like
Pretty much above all else.
I feel like brother Jordan.
I would say for myself, I kind of want to say just being in college and graduating from college, but to put more in depth into that answer, my time that I spent in college was the most influential for me, being that how I was raised and everything. I was raised at like my family. I was supposed to be like the perfect child, you know, because I was raised in a time where there hasn't been any children years before me, and there wasn't a lot of children years after me. Like there's a big gap. I have my people who are like in their 30s and the people who are in middle school, right? And it's me in the middle. So I was raised to be like that perfect child. I couldn't do anything wrong. I went to college. I was expected to be like all of this, all of that. So, you know, I came with a lot of expectations, and all of my thoughts about going to college and what I was going to do in the future was theirs, or were my own. So once I got to college, I had to actually figure out what I wanted for myself and what I wanted to do with my own life. So I switched my major twice, 3 times in college. Yeah, something like that. Just because, you know, I was just doing whatever. I was like, all right, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. I could never figure it out. So I got hella involved on campus. I did a lot on campus, a lot of different areas, did a lot of different things. Just trying to make an impact. And that's where I found out that's what I really wanted to do, which is make an impact. And I realized that for the next decade, that is going to be what God's called me to do, is to make an impact in other people's lives, whether that be in my friends, at some point in time, my children.
Hey man, speaking of turning into life.
Absolutely. Everybody that I come in contact with, I want to impact them. So that's something that I tried really hard to do these past 2 years. You know, they have been the hardest 2 years for me, personally, my life, just all the struggles and everything I've been through, which we all go through in life, but thank God that I made it through. Being able to go through those struggles and figuring out myself and realizing my own strengths and also realizing my own weaknesses and turning them into strengths is something that I have really, really focused on these past few years with everything that I've gone through. And now I feel like I'm at a point to where I am ready for whatever God will take me, because I don't know where I'm going necessarily. But I know whenever I get there, I'm going to make an impact at that place. And my impact is going to lead to that, them impacting other people and impacting other people and impacting other people. It's planting the seed, I guess. So I feel like that is what my 20s, the 2020 decade would be like for me.
I like that. I'm gonna piggyback off of Zach and say these past couple of years I have focused on getting closer to God and knowing my relationship with God and not the relationship that was kind of put on me. I've learned the Bible for myself instead of what I was always taught. Jordan, I also supposed to be the golden child. I am the youngest of 36 grands and the only boy. So I'm the only one who can carry the name. So there was a lot of pressure put on me as a young child. And it's been difficult these past couple of years, you know. For those of you that don't know, I dropped out of college. It's been difficult because I originally was kicked out. Didn't want to even go in the first place. Got kicked out. Didn't want to go back. Was forced to go back. Then I finally decided that this is my journey. This is no one else's journey. I'm not doing this for cousin, uncle, grandmama, daddy, mama. This is for me. So the thing that I learned the most from this past decade that I will take into the next is that whatever I do in life, it has to be for me. It can't be for anyone else. Unless, of course, I'm in like a situation like y'all where I have a family. That's different. Because I don't have a family, every decision I make has to be for me. It's not to appease anyone else, not to make anyone else happy. I'm going to go all in, regardless of what it is, because it is what I wanted to do. So, Daezhane, I hit a rock bottom too. It was a rock bottom. But I was told, the further you get pulled back, it's like a slingshot. It propels you that much further. And that's what I'm taking with me into the next decade. I just gotta work harder at everything else I've been doing. I gotta keep my head on straight. That's the thing, just keep your head on straight and stay in your lane. Focus on who you are. If anyone out there listening, focus on what you're doing and who you are. Don't look to the left or to the right of you. Don't look back. Don't even look too far ahead. Because you start looking at other people's things,